What's up, everybody? Marvel the Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback. Today we are looking at the Avengers issue number 11. This issue came out in December of 1964, and today, folks, we see that the Avengers are going to meet Spider-Man. Or is this really the real Spider-Man? We're going to have to figure all this out today, folks. Is this a copycat Spider-Man, or is this the genuine Spider-Man? We're going to figure all this out as we look at this issue, as we continue to look at this series of Volume 1. Today's title is Spider-Man, and the only blurb we can write is Wowee. And so, yes, like I said, the Avengers are going to meet Spider-Man in this issue. And we're also going to see the reintroduction of the mysterious Kang. We haven't seen Kang the Conqueror since issue number 8 in his first appearance in that issue. So we're going to see the second appearance of Kang in this issue. This issue is brought to you by Stan Lee, who wrote this issue. We have Don Heck on the illustrations, Chick Stone doing the inking, and then Sam Rosen on the lettering page. And so let's go ahead now and dive on into today's story. We have Giant Man. He looks like he is working on an experiment when all of a sudden Thor on the intercom, as the chairman of the Avengers, alerts all the Avengers to go to this priority meeting. And we see that Giant Man's like, oh, come on, I was working on this experiment. Can I please still work on it? And Thor says this meeting is very important. And so, in context, what we need to really realize here is that in Tales of Suspense, issue 61, Tony Stark apparently died. We know that he didn't, but the Avengers believe he did. And Iron Man is missing. And so we're not going to see Iron Man any in this issue, as the Avengers think that Iron Man is on a solo mission to track down the murderer of Tony Stark. And of course, the Avengers at this point do not know that Iron Man is Tony Stark. And so what we're going to see here is that while the Avengers are talking about the disappearance of Iron Man and exactly where he could be, Kang the Conqueror in the year 3000. Remember, Kang is from the future, and he is also a relative to Doctor Doom. And so we know that Doctor Doom, he's a scientific genius. He can make and create these experiments and these robots. Well, that's what Kang the Conqueror is going to do in this issue. He knows that the Masters of Evil, Baron Zemo, the Executioner, as well as the Enchantress, were very close in defeating the Avengers in the past, but he knows that they failed, and they've failed many times. And what Kang needs to do now is to find someone that he can use as his own lackey. He doesn't want to fight the Avengers on his own. He wants to use someone, maybe someone from the 20th century, to use them as a way to defeat the Avengers, like the Masters of Evil did with Wonder Man. But what he's going to do instead is he's going to use a robot instead, and that robot is going to be a duplicate of Spider-Man. Kang has been looking at Spider-Man and his abilities over time, and he's very fascinated in how this young teenager Spider-Man, as we know, he at this point in 1964, Spider-Man is still in high school. He's very impressed of the feats of Spider-Man, and so what he's going to do is he's going to make a duplicate of Spider-Man. So yes, this is a fake Spider-Man, and the Avengers are going to be battling this fake Spider-Man, even though they think this is the real McCoy. And so this fake Spider-Man is going to be sent to the 20th century, and this Spider-Man is going to first come across Captain America, as Captain America is fighting off these bunch of hoodlums here, and the fake Spider-Man is going to then throw and cast a web over these guys. They were actually robots, but Captain America didn't know that. And so what we're going to see is this fake Spider-Man is going to say he wants to join the ranks of the Avengers. And so Captain America summons all of the members of the Avengers. They arrive on the scene. The Wasp is the only Avenger who says that she doesn't trust spiders and people that have spider powers, as Wasp and spiders do not get along with each other. And Spider-Man, the fake one, he's like, well, I feel like I'm not needed here, so I guess I just won't tell you about the information I know about the disappearance of Iron Man. This catches the attention of the Avengers. Thor says, I said halt. And so finally Spider-Man, this fake one, reveals this information, this false information about the whereabouts of Iron Man, basically saying that he had been captured by Baron Zemo, the Executioner, and the Enchantress, and they were sent to the Temple of Tyrod in Mexico. And Thor is like, you knew all this and you did not come to us immediately? And we're going to soon see that I will deal with you later, Spider-Man. And so the Avengers are going to take a trip to Mexico here to try to save Iron Man. But really, they're going to be falling into a trap here, as they're going to come across, as they soon see, this fake Spider-Man. And Giant Man and the Wasp are going to be the first to fight this fake Spider-Man. And so the Wasp and Giant Man are going to do their very best to try to defeat this fake Spider-Man here, this robot Spider-Man. But we see here that this fake Spider-Man is going to get the upper hand here, and he's soon going to defeat the Wasp and Giant Man. The next Avenger that this fake Spider-Man goes up against is Thor, and we see that Thor is going to be not as challenging as Giant Man and the Wasp, as long as Thor's Uru hammer is taken away from him and 60 seconds surpass, then Thor reverts back to Don Blake. And that's what's going to happen here, as Thor's hammer is right here covered in webbing, and Thor is not able to get his hammer in time. And so as we see, this fake Spider-Man is like, I guess he wasn't as strong as I feared. Now there's this looming shadow around the fake Spider-Man, and we wonder who is this mysterious shadow that we're going to have to figure out, as he's going to make his appearance soon. I wonder who that could be. Could it be Iron Man? Well, we'll soon find out here. We see that Captain America is going to be the last Avenger that Spider-Man goes up against here, and Captain America soon realizes that he's going up against this Spider-Man here, and we see that Spider-Man is going to take even the great Captain America down, when all of a sudden we see that this fake Spider-Man actually saved Captain America with a webbing. That's very unlikely here. So what exactly is going on? Well, we soon see that this fake Spider-Man is going to go up against the real Spider-Man. The real Spider-Man, his spider sense alerted him of this fake Spider-Man's presence, and he followed the fake Spider-Man all the way to Mexico. And now Kang the Conqueror's plans have been backfired here, a severe setback. And so now we're going to see two Spider-Men going up against each other, one fake and the real one. And now the fake robot Spider-Man is going to have a fight on his hands as he tries his best to fight off the real one. But we soon see that the real Spider-Man can outthink and outmaneuver the fake one, and he's able to defeat the fake Spider-Man here. And Captain America was the only Avenger to actually notice the entire battle that had taken place. Captain America reveals all this new information that the Avengers didn't know about, and he says the only man responsible enough to have that scientific genius is someone from 30 centuries into the future. That means Kang. Kang finds out, and so Kang is left defeated in his own time. And so that is how we end this issue, folks. Spider-Man is not an enemy to the Avengers. And so we will soon see if Spider-Man will make a reappearance here, and finally the Avengers and Spider-Man can get off on a good foot here. But until next time, we'll be looking at issue number 12 coming up next in this great series. Go ahead now and give this video a like. Comment down below what you liked about this issue. Subscribe if you have not. And I will see y'all in the next one.